How is everybody doing? Listen, did you know that gratitude drives out grumbling? Being grateful for what we have drives out grumbling. It just kind of shifts the atmosphere when we focus on those things that we do have, when we look around and see that we are truly blessed, as opposed to those things that we want, or even those things that we say that we need, but really they're just wants. Being grateful, having gratitude drives out the grumbling. Hey, y'all, I'm Dr. Tam, your empowerment coach, and I'm dropping in here today to share a little something with you that was actually just happened to me this morning. So, first thing I do in the morning time, as soon as I get up, I typically like turn right around and make up my bed. But this morning, I kind of laid there for a little while longer than I usually do. And I was just like, in just kind of like one of those blah moods, like nothing really hurting, nothing really wrong, but just like really blah. And you're like, oh, let me get up, let me start doing things. That's kind of what that feeling was this morning. And then instantly, y'all, I was convicted. I was like, come on now, you got to snap out of this. Like, this cannot be your day. You have just been blessed with a brand new day, new mercies, a new opportunity where I can praise God, where I can be grateful and look around and see the things that I do have and be grateful for that. And as I started just praising God and really thinking about, like, literally sitting there in my bedroom and looking around to see what I did have, that's when things really started to shift. So this is my testimony today, basically, that and I know that, but this literally just happened this morning. And so I wanted to share with you that gratitude drives out the grumbling. Or for me, it was also that blah kind of feeling when I was able to look around and be like, you know what? I'm good. It's good right now. Things are well right now. I may not have all the things that I want to have. I may not, even within my business, looking at the goals and the things that I have. Sometimes, y'all, we can look at a situation, and when you are trying, you're putting forth your effort, you're showing up, you're doing all the things, and then you look and you're like, nothing's happening though, right? Like, I'm not making that progress, I'm not making that impact, things are not turning out the way that I want them to turn out. Oh, but you know what? I'm still blessed. You know what? So I didn't get that client that I was thinking about, that I spent all that time, talking to her and helping her. She didn't sign up for my program, but you know what? I still got joy. I still got joy. My bank account doesn't exactly look like the way that I want it to look right now. It looks absolutely nothing like, as a matter of fact, the way that I want it to look right now. But you know what? I'm grateful. I have joy. I have peace. So I sat there and started thinking about all the things that I do have. I do have joy in my life right now. I do have peace in my life right now. Is life still lifing around me? Absolutely. Do things come up against me every single day? Worries may pop into my head from time to time. Absolutely. Y'all, I'm human. We're human. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. But when we utilize the power that we have within us, and the power that I'm speaking of in particular is just being grateful. It's just looking around and realizing what you do have. So I'm driving this morning. I had to drive out of town. So I'm driving along and I was listening to an audiobook, The Power of a Woman's Words. And I was listening to that this morning. In this book, she was telling about the story of these two prisoners, I believe they were female prisoners, I believe in the Nazi concentration camps. And if I remember it correctly, and conditions were awful, awful. Talking about how bad it smelled up in there, and just like it was flea infested, like there are fleas everywhere. And they're having to live in conditions like this. They're having to work in conditions like this. And it was two sisters. And one of the sisters turned to the other sister one day and said, you know what? We had an issue up in the big room where we do like all the sewing. I believe they were sewing socks. We had an issue with the sizing of the socks, and we called for our supervisor to come in there, but she wouldn't come in there. We called for the guards to come in there, but they wouldn't come in there. And so even the guards and the supervisor were saying, no, we're not going up in there. That place is full of fleas. Now, mind you, those are the conditions that the prisoners were actually living in. Like being bitten by fleas all day and all night, living in these conditions, working in these conditions. It was awful. But even the supervisors and the guards, they were like, no, we're not going in there. Now, though they complained about the conditions, though the prisoners were complaining, y'all on my side, but though the prisoners were complaining about the conditions, being flea bitten all the time, it was because of the fleas that they did not have to worry about the tyranny of the supervisor and the guards while they were in the concentration camp. So that got me to thinking, we might be in a bad situation right now, what we consider just a god-awful situation, a bad situation right now. It may be one of those flea-infested situations that we're in right now. You are constantly being bitten and irritated and just annoyed and frustrated by your current condition, your current position, your current place where you are right now. It may just be awful for you, but it is something about that condition that though it is bothering you, it is also that exact same thing that is keeping things from getting worse for you. Did y'all hear me? As bad as those fleas were, they did not have to worry about just living under the cruelty of the additional punishment of the supervisors and the guards because of the fleas. Because they didn't want to deal with the fleas. They like, no, y'all good. Y'all figure it out yourself. We're not coming up in there. So it's something about your situation right now that though it's bad, you know it could be worse. But it's something about how bad it is for you right now that's actually keeping it from getting any worse. Them fleas protecting you right now. Them fleas are protecting you right now. So when we look around, when we are in situations like that, when we are in positions where life is just so frustrating to us, and you are just like, I just can't do this anymore. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I am sick of being stuck in this place. I don't want this anymore for me. I just can't see a way out for me right now. Lord, why is it that I'm not able to pay my bills? Lord, my car is breaking down, but I can't afford to get my car paid. Why is it that all of these things are happening to me? Come on, y'all know that's how we are sometimes as human. It's the grumbling that I'm talking about. But as bad as it is, it's gotta be some good. We just have to change our perspective. You have to look for something that is good. I'm being very honest with you right now when I'm telling you that it is not the way that I want it to look right now. It's not. But am I grateful? Absolutely. I'm still grateful. Right now, I'm actually sitting out here. I'm at my mom's house, and so I'm sitting out here on the back porch. If y'all hear that noise, the air conditioner just kicked on. But yeah, we in Texas, and it's still 90 degrees, right? We still doing summertime, and it's fall in other places. But the thing that I'm trying to say is that even with being here in this place right now, sitting out here, I'm grateful for this time. I'm grateful that literally I can open up this door right here that's behind me and walk in that house, and I know she's sitting there on that couch with my puppy watching TV. I'm grateful that I could do that. Do I have all the multitude of clients that I want right now? No. Do my bank account look the way that I want to right now? No. Am I maybe driving the car that I want right now? No. But I tell you what, it got me down here. It's getting me from A to B. It's getting the job done. When we are grateful, it shifts things. Gratitude drives out the grumbling. I heard a saying, and I cannot remember who actually said this, but I heard a saying that being grateful is just realizing that enough is enough. That what you have is enough. What I got right now, it's enough. What I have right now, it's plenty. And the thing about it, y'all, I also know that what I have right now, I'm calling it enough. Somebody else is looking at what I have right now, and they don't even have that. There is somebody right now who is looking at you, who is looking at your situation. You see your situation through these like foggy glasses that you may be wearing. That's how you're looking at your situation right now. But somebody else on the outside is looking at your situation through rose-colored glasses, because your life looks perfect to them right now. They would be at the drop of a dime, they would trade places with you and be like, oh, this is living the life. And here we are in our present state, when we look at it like, man, I wish I had this. Man, I wish I can go do that. The grumbling. But when we are grateful for what we do have, and I'm sorry, the thing is shaking. I'm holding my phone right now. But when we look around to see what we do have, and we're grateful for what we do have, it drives out the grumbling. Gratitude turns whatever it is that we have into just enough. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. So I encourage you to be grateful regardless of the situation. Be grateful. You think about the children of Israel, was a promise. The promise that was given to them was to go into the promised land, right? But many did not make it because of all of the grumbling. And God said, you know what? Enough is enough. Y'all gonna keep on doing like this? Y'all gonna keep on acting like this? Enough is enough. 20 and up, now y'all ain't going. You ain't acting right. After all that I have done for you, have blessed you, after all that I have done for you, and you still want to grumble and moan and complain about what you don't have, when we fail to look at what we do have. So I encourage you today to be grateful and to remember that gratitude turns what we do have into enough. I'm Dr. Tam, your empowerment coach. Be blessed. I'll see you next time.